Buried in with the bills and the catalogs tonight, Conway police say offers like this one from Central Trans Services, Inc. are trying to lure you into a trap. Investigators say the bogus offer comes with a check and instructions. Deposit your money, shop, and then sign up to wire funds back and forth. They're offering you all this money. You can go to Walmart and JCPenney and go shopping.
Walmart's my store. That's why I have to read it.
We asked a number of people to look at the materials, at first not telling them about the scam.
Sounds pretty good.
For Tammy Elmore, the chance to shop for free is hard to pass up, but it's when we tell her what's really going on that she says it all becomes more clear.
I heard of this before. Actually, some secret shoppers, I've seen advertisements for them.
This is very attractive, though, because people now are desperate for work.
Kathy Graham with the Myrtle Beach Area Better Business Bureau says the scam isn't necessarily new, but it is growing.
You got a couple grand in the mail and you go put it in your bank, and believe it or not, in 24, 48 hours, the bank might even release those funds. Doesn't mean they've cleared the funds, but it does mean they've released the funds.
So just who is Central Trans Services, Inc.? We tried the phone number for the company listed on their letter, a number with a 416 area code that's based in Canada.
The customer you are calling is unavailable at the moment. Please try again later. L'abonné que vous désirez
It's
joindre
those
ne peut
red
vous...
flags that both Conway Police and the BBB say you need to be aware of if you find a deal that just seems too good to be true.
Yeah, it's just like a good deal, but you just have to read the fine print. That's what I was always told, read the fine print.
You don't tell me what to do.
It's a tape that many people thought would never see the light of day.
You want me to tell you where else you were on duty?
Melissa Edge, shown here in white, gets into an argument with then on-duty North Myrtle Beach Public Safety Officer Jeff Center. There are allegations of a sexual relationship between the two, and all of it's captured on Officer Center's police dashboard camera.
Let me just advise you, I didn't get into your business.
While you were working,
After the first 10 minutes of the tape, Melissa Edge calms down, but then Officer Center and others begin to question if she's sober enough to have driven to the Cherry Grove fire station to begin with.
Put me in jail. Put me in jail right now.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Get back to the car.
But Officer Center doesn't take her to jail. Instead, he calls her husband, State Representative Tracy Edge. He takes his wife home, no charges are filed, but then just weeks later, Officer Center claims he's fired from his job, all because the whole thing was caught on tape. Here's Officer Center in his own words with an interview with WMBF News last October.
Miss Edge didn't get me fired. The city manager fired me, and I think under pressure of other outside sources.
Tonight, Jeff Center says the allegations made on the tape are untrue, but the records of his termination will remain sealed because the city says they are exempt from disclosure.
We still consider that his personnel file as a whole is not a public document and is protected under the South Carolina Freedom of Information Act.
Please move your car from the property.
Today's release of the tape comes months after the city's former public safety director, William Bailey, and the Sun News of Myrtle Beach sued to have it been made public under the Freedom of Information Act. Bailey is already in the middle of a wrongful termination lawsuit against the city, that after he was fired from his job as the city's top cop in April of last year.
Do you know how many, you know what, it's all about that.
Tonight, a city spokesperson says they're ready to put the dash cam incident behind them, and so is the Edge family. In a statement, Melissa Edge writes in part, quote, "I was actually unaware that the dash cam was activated. I thought that Mr. Center activated an audio recording device, and I made several comments in an attempt to keep him from sharing the audio with others."
And tell him where you were on duty.
He'll be watching this.
However, on the tape, we see Miss Edge look straight into the camera while making allegations of sexual misconduct, making it appear, even now with the tape's release, there may be more questions left than answers.
I need to get out of here.
His friendly beard, his sense of style, and love of travel is exactly why leaders with the State Department of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism say this garden creature could bring lots of attention to South Carolina.
It's quite an opportunity for the gnome to be here and visit South Carolina to see all the destinations that we have to offer.
From the Riverbank Zoo in Columbia to the BMW factory in Greer, this gnome gets around.
We've seen him on The Amazing Race and different commercials, and just looks like he's having a good time.
But now it's the Grand Strand's turn to host a gnome that's traveled the globe. During his visit to Myrtle Beach, he'll get an oceanfront suite, a spa treatment, and a breakfast all on the house.
We've got this staff completely prepped. We've got the bed extra soft in his oceanfront suite.
And as the gnome travels, he posts right online to websites like Facebook and Twitter. That instant feedback then goes out to Travelocity's nearly 80,000 Facebook followers.
There are different cities that are within South Carolina that people don't know about. So we're here today to kind of do an entire tour of the state.
But will that out-of-the-box marketing campaign pay off?
Yeah, I think so, because he's cute. And you would catch what specific area he's advertising?
I think so. Just getting the name Travelocity out there, I think that would be a good publicity.
And while it may take us months to find out if this gnome's celebrity endorsement really ends up paying off, there's one thing you can't argue with. This gnome knows exactly how to make the most out of a South Carolina vacation. From the moment we walked in, we realized this wasn't going to be a typical day shopping.
What do you get with $5?
Admission.
That's right, $5 just to walk in the door. Workers tell us it's non-refundable even if you don't buy anything. But what may be most surprising, you're not even told about that $5 fee until you get to the front door.
It's not right. They don't say anything on the commercial about it.
This woman left furious after finding out about the fee, but the store manager says that woman, she's in the minority.
There's always been a charge.
Meet Brenda Dye, the woman in charge of the entire store's operation. She spoke with us outside for several minutes, and after asking about the fee, she says it's one that, in her opinion, is more than reasonable.
Nominal charge. They can come in as many times they want to, as long as we're here.
I was told it was only for the weekend that you buy it for.
No, we're going to be here next weekend as well. And then people have been buying passes from us that have been coming in every single week we've been here.
We wanted to get a look around, so we paid the $5. And once inside, we headed straight for the electronics section.
That one for $199 is 24 inches.
And after a few minutes of looking around, we started looking for those deals that we heard about on the radio.
Touchpads, $149. Digital cameras, $5.
Problem is, most of those deals, they're nowhere to be found. This vendor removed the signs advertising the $5 digital cameras just as soon as we asked. He claims they sold out quickly and that they just accidentally left the sign up.
We have a limited supply. Sometimes we may not have 100 pieces of something. Well, when you have a couple thousand people in one day come, that doesn't go very far.
But is that fair? We took the issue to Kathy Graham with the Myrtle Beach Area Better Business Bureau.
You see the commercial and you think you're going to go in and see all these fabulous products at discount prices, and you get there and they're not there.
Kathy says the BBB has constantly given the nationwide liquidation company a bad rating as a result of misleading ads and their $5 fee.
If you are curious and you have the money to spend and you just want to go in there and see what's going on, then go right ahead. But if you go in there expecting to get something at half price or at liquidation, it's probably not going to happen.
Give me iPods?
We spent over 30 minutes walking around and checking out various products. Several of them were brands you most likely have never heard of.
It says it's 32 gigabytes.
And then there's the phone that caught our attention right away. It's called Phone 4, and if you didn't know any better, you might think it'd be the same as Apple's iPhone 4. The packaging is similar, the design is similar, but once you get your hands on it, the difference is obvious.
Why try to sell it like an iPhone if it's not an iPhone?
But we tell our customers in no form or fashion are we trying to pass this off as an iPhone. It's a 3G phone.
That's true. When asked, the salesman we spoke with made sure to clear up the fact this phone is not an iPhone.
Did you get a good deal?
I don't know.
How much did you pay?
$200.
Outside, some shoppers walked out with tons of merchandise, including this woman from Conway.
I'm happy. Got some Womp base for my little Barney, you know? We're good.
The most important thing the BBB says is to be aware of what you're getting yourself into. Expect to pay that entrance fee, and that the old mantra of buyer beware, that still holds true today.
Just again, these commercials all sound too good to be true. It probably is, so buyer beware.